capacity of about 32 divers diving all nitrox. Every single person on this boat is nitrox by chance, which is kind of funny. So it just goes to show how much nitrox they go through a day, because they're doing 4 dives a day with 32 people. That really adds up. It wouldn't be convenient for them to haul 220 miles of oxygen cylinders and do partial pressure or continuous flow or any other method. This is going to be the safest way to do it, and unlimited amounts of nitrox. They also, not only do they have our nitrox membrane system, but they have 2 MCH 36 blocks running at 10 horsepower each. And then for a low pressure compressor to feed the membrane, they have an R30. And it also, when the air comes out of the R30, it goes through a heat exchanger to cool the air down right away. So even though this system comes with low pressure filters to protect the membrane, they're cooling the air when it comes off the low pressure, and then it's going into 2 large low pressure receivers, and then it goes through a whole filter pack like this, and then finally up to here. So when they take a look at these filters at 250 hours, they look spotless, is what they tell me. So that's a really cool thing. And then, like I said, going back to the high pressure, having 2 compressors when you're 220 something miles offshore, well, that's what you have to do. I mean, if your compressor happens to blow an O-ring, kind of shuts down your dive operations for the day. But I'm very impressed with this installation. And actually, I don't know that I've seen an installation so well thought out. I mean, everything from the halon systems to their filling blocks. They have storage, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, and then they can control all the air coming out of that and come across the top deck to the grips. So anyway, as you can see, not only did they think about all these items as far as distribution of the high pressure, but they have our membrane sitting out here where we have a nitrogen release. We have our sensor telling us what is the percentage going into the high pressure compressor. Now, as a safety, they've added a switch that turns on the heater right here, which we don't normally supply as safety because we have pressure switches up here. And when the pressure switches sense at least 80 psi, they allow the heater to come on. And by having a redundancy of 2, it's highly likely that the heater can never come on and destroy the membrane. But if somebody was to bypass them, then I guess it comes back to having a 3rd backup of turning the heater on makes sense to them. Now, another thing that I was really impressed with are these PVC intakes. So this is the one for the low pressure, and it goes down into the engine room. And then we have our high pressure, and the nitrox comes out of this corrugated hose and tees in there. But if they want to pump regular air, they just leave this valve open. But when they want to pump the nitrox, they close it. It's really not necessary to do that because you have an intake filter that would just bypass the air on the input of the membrane. But if they feel that this is the way that maybe they originally had it and they keyed it in, so there's nothing wrong with that. So like I said, we were diving 4 dives a day, all nitrox. We saw manta rays on almost every dive, dolphins on several of the dives, sharks, black tips, white tips. So if you're a serious person and you want to go see some seriously big animals, I mean, these mantas were huge, and the dolphins were within 2 feet of me, going around in a circle between the instructor and I, which that's just crazy to be that close to dolphins. And this is a full week-long trip, but we had a lot of fun, and now we're back on our way to Cabo, and we'll arrive probably late tonight and get up tomorrow and head back home. And we're looking forward to coming out again on any of the Nautilus ships.